So over the years, I've had the privilege of owning both a 2020 Subaru WRX and a 2020 Subaru WRX STI. While building both the WRX and the STI, I kind of built them pretty similar to each other. We threw on new suspension, wheels, exhaust, we tuned the car, and much more. Both the WRX and the STI have a big price difference. At the time of purchasing my 2020 WRX, I bought it brand new from the Subaru dealership for around $32,000. Now moving on to the STI, I bought the car for a whopping $45,000 and the car was used. The car was not brand new, so that alone right there is a very big price difference between the WRX and the STI. As you can see on the screen right here, these are pretty much prices for my area around San Diego, California for a WRX. As you can see, the prices are much lower than what the STI runs for right now. Dude, this mic is so cool. It's my first time using this thing. I could be right here or all the way back here and you guys can still hear me. Now, the main reason why you clicked on today's video is you guys are probably wondering, is it worth it to spend all that money on an STI or should you just settle for a WRX? Now, coming from me personally, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I own both. Right now I still have the 2020 STI and a couple years ago I had the WRX. So I'm gonna try my best to kind of give you guys the pros and the cons as to which car to pick. Now, coming from an STI owner myself, the results of this video might shock you guys. Now, if you're in the market for a VA, WRX, or STI, as you can tell, you know, by the outside looks of it, they look the same. You know, they have the same chassis, same wheels, same suspension, not same exhaust because they do have different motors. We'll go into that later. But yeah, as you can see as a whole, the cars look the same. Now, stepping foot in the STI, you'll start to notice, oh, got an extra lens. You'll notice that this right here is a big difference between the WRX and the STI. We have these nice kind of Alcantara leather seats. You know, we got the red on the sides. We have like a whole bunch of STI badges. We have the STI badge by the shifter, STI badge on the headrest. And if I can like simplify it, the STI interior is just like an upgraded, I guess you can say premium version of a WRX. Now, first owning a WRX and stepping into the STI, this is the biggest first impression I think I got of the STI. Now, this is one of those things that you have to test out for yourself. You won't really get to know what I'm talking about unless you were to sit in an STI and a WRX and kind of just compare the two. The WRX, it feels like you're driving like a manual Camry or like a manual like Corolla or just like a basic economy car. The car doesn't have a sporty feel to it with the shifter. It just does not feel direct and notchy like the STI. The STI, if you were to try it for yourself, the shifter feels more like a race car. It's very direct and it doesn't feel like kind of sluggish and soft. I don't know if that's the right word, but if you have a WRX, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, the shifter just does not feel like a shifter in a sports car. That was like the biggest first impression I got from owning a WRX. I guess you can say an advantage the WRX has, if you really need it, is the WRX comes in a CVT automatic. No hate to the automatic guys, but any opportunity, just learn how to drive manual. It makes driving so much funner. Pull up to the gas station. This is where my wallet starts to cry. All right, so I got about less than a quarter tank. I'm actually pretty much almost to the E level. So you guys know me, I'm always low on gas. But this is where the STI shines, where it outshines the WRX. Just kidding, no. This is where STIs get expensive. Stock, we're not accounting for bolt-on mods like how the car is right now. Stock from the factory. Now OEM stock STI 22 miles per gallon. Now WRX stock 27 miles per gallon. So that right there is a big difference. Now, talking about the STI, how it is right now with like pretty much full bolt-ons, you know, downpipe, full exhaust, blow-off valve, all the good stuff. We're at about, I want to say like 18 miles per gallon. So it does lower the miles per gallon, which is unfortunate, but hey, more miles per gallon. So let's see, we're at about like $5.80 right now for a gallon of gas in California. We'll see how much it is to fill the STI up. Dude, I really hope I hit record. My camera is like so far right now, but I don't even remember if I hit record. I'm honestly kind of scared. I don't know if it's true or not, but from my tuner on the WRX, he said Chevron and Shell is the best gas. Who knows, maybe all gas stations use the same gas, I don't know. But what gas stations do you guys use? Comment down below in the comments. I'm kind of curious. Do you guys stick with Chevron and Shell or do you guys go elsewhere? We got 13 gallons right now at $77. Now, this is my daily, and with my driving conditions and how much I step on this thing, to be honest, I burned through this in about 2 to 3 days. I'm not even joking. You can do the math. It adds up, guys. 77 bucks for a fill up. And this was not even completely empty. This had a little bit of gas in it still. Now, one of the big selling points, I believe, for the STI is the factory big Brembos that come with the car. Kind of annoying. They do produce a lot of brake dust, but hey, the car comes with factory Brembos. But if you opt for the WRX, they kind of come with these like little brakes. That's a big key difference. I know a lot of you guys are big on big brake kits, Brembos and stuff. Honestly, I don't really care for it, to be honest. It's honestly more of a hassle having all this brake dust on my wheels, but it's a cool flex to have, you know, especially if I have wheels that have a lot of openings. You can just see the big old Brembos behind the wheels. Now, the power difference from the two, obviously they both have different motors. STI has the EJ25 and the WRX has the FA20. STI has about 310 horsepower from the factory stock, and then the WRX comes at about 268. Honestly, kind of a big power jump, but if I'm gonna be completely honest, I honestly can't really tell. I don't know, maybe because it's been a while, but I couldn't really tell the power difference having bolt-ons on my WRX and on my STI currently. They both feel quick, they both are super fun. So it's honestly not that big of a difference that you can feel. But if we want to get technical, 310 STI, 268 horsepower with a WRX. Slap some bolt-ons on it like I did. Honestly, you can't really feel the difference. That was a Mustang, and I want it. WRX, I heard, is more low-end torque, like lower in the RPM range. But with the STI, it kind of builds up over time in the RPM range. Advantage with the STI, you can switch between sport and sport sharp. As you can see, sport sharp gives it more torque in the low end, and regular sport is kind of a more linear RPM range. But I'm gonna stop talking so you guys can hear the sound of this thing. Sounds crazy. Dude, that HKS blow-up valve is a must. Damn, this thing sounds so good. It's like one of those things that I just cannot get over with owning the STI. Is the thing sounds crazy. That equal length header, you know, high pitched noise sounds amazing for the WRX. But can't go wrong with the, you know, traditional good old Subaru rumble with that HKS blow-off valve. But comment down below what you guys think. Do you guys prefer the unequal length header noise, or do you guys like the FA20 equal length header noise? Comment down below. I like scrolling through the comments, seeing what you guys, you know, like, what you guys thinking of when you watch the videos. Now the question arises now. Title of the video, is it worth it? Is it worth it to upgrade to a STI, or is it worth it to get an STI over a WRX? Honestly, that's such a tough question. At the end of the day, it's such a tough question. I feel like I said, the biggest factor is budget. Can you afford the $10,000 plus difference? If you can, get an STI. If you can't, obviously get a WRX. Now, owning both of the cars is such a huge blessing, honestly, to be able to document and share with you guys over the years. Plus, I can make this video and kind of talk about the pros and the cons, what I personally believe. And honestly, I think the WRX is much more worth it. It's cheaper. They literally look the same. I feel like anybody who buys these cars is obviously gonna modify it and add stuff to it, and you can literally make it look identical. There's a lot that goes into this whole STI WRX debate, but if you guys cannot afford the STI, then there's nothing wrong with the WRX. I had so much fun with my WRX. Like I said, it was cheaper. You know, you can get the same amount of mods, guys. There's nothing wrong with the WRX. I feel like a lot of people talk down on the WRX because it's not an STI. But dude, they're literally equally as fun. I guess the final conclusion can be, if you guys are looking for a more long-term like track car, you know, potentially rebuild the motor to push a lot of power, then yes, get the STI. It has the factory Brembos. You know, there's just a lot of stuff on the STI that is more track oriented and that'll suit your needs, you know, if you are looking to build a track car. On the other hand, if you guys don't care about track days and you kind of want a car that, you know, looks like an STI but is not an STI, but has the same amount of aftermarket support, then get the WRX. It is much cheaper. Like I said, I feel like I'm a broken record. You just get such a better bang for your buck, guys. Like just saving money and just having a fun, reliable street car. I feel like majority of the people watching this aren't like diehard like track people. You know, they just want a good looking car, you know, a car that has this body style like the STI. Yeah, at the end of the day, you literally cannot go wrong with the WRX. I don't regret buying the STI. You know, my career is making videos and stuff, so I really got to experience both the WRX and the STI at the same time. And I can weigh out the pros and cons and also document it for you guys who may be looking to get either one of these cars. At the end of the day, an STI is better than a WRX. Specs wise, it's much better. But in general, you know, considering price and people's situations, I feel like you can't go wrong with the WRX. So yeah, guys, if this video helped in any sort of way, smash the like button and comment down below. Honestly, any questions you guys might have, I would love to answer, you know, questions you guys have. Whatever's on your mind, comment down below. I'll be scrolling through all the comments. And yeah, I hope this video helped in any way, shape, or form of choosing between the two. I know it's a lot of information, probably a lot of like boring like talking, but this video is more like informative, just trying to help you guys out. If you stuck to this point in the video, thank you so freaking much. If you've supported me ever since the WRX, thank you so much. That was like 2-3 years ago, I think. Crazy, time flies. But yeah, with that being said, that pretty much does it for today's video. I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking. I've been talking like non-stop, but hope you guys all have a good one today. Make it a good one, and peace out from me and the STI.